Hello again, Homestead Basses. We will continue our work on the Phantom of the Opera medley, starting right where we left off last time. This will be All I Ask of You. Now, this is my first video segment I've made since we heard that disappointing news that our orchestra will not be coming together again later on this school year, as I had hoped, as I imagine you had too, to finish our work as an orchestra and your work as a student at Homestead this trimester. I hope that distance learning is working well for you. I will continue to work on the Phantom medley because I think there's a lot of wonderful things we can learn on this piece before we start going in some other directions. Before I start this with you, I'd like to share a fun little landmark that our orchestra program has recently achieved. This is the coveted 10,000 views plaque from our work, your work, on the Homestead Orchestra YouTube channel. So we've had over 10,000 views of our videos, which I think is just tremendous. I know most of those, of course, are members of the orchestra using this as a teaching and learning resource, which is exactly what I had in mind when we set up the channel last winter. So congratulations. I hope you're able to continue to use this channel to develop your skills and knowledge in orchestra as we continue our work together this trimester. Okay, so All I Ask of You, this is a piece where what I'd like to ask of you is to imagine, rather than playing bass, you are a singer. This is the most vocalistic of all the songs in Phantom of the Opera. Some people feel it's the most beautiful. I wouldn't necessarily argue with them, but of course there's lots of really wonderful songs in Phantom. This one is particularly vocalistic though, and so you'll be thinking about vibrato and really good contact with the strings. And then one special thing for basses, which is right where it says play. This is the line after 148. This is where the basses come in. Here's a situation where you do an up bow and you lift the bow off the string and you let the string ring as the bow is off of the string. So it's not, okay, and it's also not smooth. So these up bows are one of the only places where there is a space as you play this passage. So at 156, you have a little tricky rhythm that I'd like you to understand before we play it. I'll demonstrate to you what this rhythm is. It sounds like this. Cha, 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 cha. And again, those up bows, you'll release the bow from the string for resonation. One more time. Cha, 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 cha. I'll show you what that looks like. And super smooth. Rolling stops. Just as smooth as you possibly can play. So at 166, we modulate to the key of E flat major, which is 3 flats, remember, B flat, E flat, and A flat. So no open E string, no open A string, lots of half position. And then remember, when you're trying to play A flat, think of it on the E string like a G sharp. It's the same note. So here's G, G sharp, and then the A, which you can't play unless there's an A natural in this key. Let me remind you about that E flat scale. There is a video segment that shows the scale to you in greater depth. E flat, F, then I shift to 2, G. Here's your A flat. Then we go to half position, E flat, and then C. And then open D is fine. E flat is a half position note. F, G. A flat is a half position note. B flat, C, D, and then one more half step shift for the high E flat. So here's what 166 sounds like. You're in half position as is notated. Super connected. Staying in half position. Staying in half position. A flat. Open G is fine. I'll shift to C. Here's the F. And then flat, I go to 4 because you got low B flat. And then here's the same rhythm again that we practiced a second ago. Cha, 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 cha. Half position. First position, A flat, G, A flat, and then back to B flat. And the last note is E flat, also in half position. So look with me, please, would you? Right underneath the word bass, as in electric bass, on the 4th page, you'll see the note B flat, quarter note, then you see what looks like an open A, but remember, it's an A flat. You must shift for that note. Now it says piano half note, that's a G2, and another A flat. If you need to remind yourself that that's an A flat with your pencil, feel free to put a 4 there. And then the rest of the piece is in half position, 1, half position, 1. Okay? So it's great fun to play this piece. It's very beautiful, it's very lush. The bass provides a certain richness to the sound of the orchestra. I've prepared a special video segment to show you what the melody is, as well as the piano harmony. So you might use that as a resource once you've figured out your rhythms and that bowing that we talked about, where you lift the bow off the string and you remind yourself about 3 flat, E flat major scale with no open A's and no open E's. You might have fun playing along with a special video segment that I prepared and posted, which shows you the melody of this passage as well as the piano and orchestral accompaniment that goes with it. So at 148, it starts with the orchestra and no basses, but there's some cues in your music you can use to follow along so you know when to come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Note C. Basses now. Half position here maybe. Here's a B flat. So that's great fun to play. I hope you enjoy working on this passage. Think about your vocalistic sound, your smooth bow changes, your bow lifts, your E flat major, and most importantly, have fun playing one of the great songs composed for Broadway, All I Ask of You. I'll see you in a few days.